It's the Cable League. MTGO Show.
There's a Bill, there's a Wheel of Fortune. I'm mad at Mana Drain. If anything, Mana Drain like baited me into keeping bad hands. That last draft. Never did the thing. Usually typically high on red and 6 Bill stuff. I think I'm going to take this wheel, maybe. The full year, yeah. Huh. Looks like I'm Grixis. Frog plays really well with draw 7s. You like bin your hand, draw 7, bin the next hand, they're dead. The Vista is tempting because it's a Trifix, but I'm going to take Thundering Falls. Real nice to have some Surveillance to fetch up. Also nice to see some fixing in our colors. We did just pass up Badlands. Interesting. Yeah, so Ponder, Atraxa, Lutri, all options. A lot of ways to cheat and Atraxa out, huh? Probably stumble into one of them. That's right, you cannot DAC an Atraxa. Not unless it's also a Metamorph, Was Bloodbraid on the radar? It was not. Nope. Not with this start. Not with these picks. Bloodbraid would be in the Bristly Bill or Red and 6 deck that I contemplated. Metamorphosis is technically a way to reanimate an Atraxa. I think we passed an Imperial Seal earlier too. I'm just gonna grab another Goyf. Stack some Goyfs with this Power Goyf here. Plays pretty well with those. And then I'll feel better grabbing random like baubles and stuff to pump the Goyf. Tar Fire, that sort of thing. Hoofda. Maybe Singing a Stupor. A little Tar Pit action. A lot of comes into play tap lands so far. Gush is interesting with Psychic Frog. It's not like a crazy pickup. Pretty bad with Wheel of Fortune. Oh. It's a nice stretch. A little Raucous Theater action. We need more comes to play tap lands, If we get a non-color fetch, though, it's going to be pretty good. Gals Malcolm is technically a way to cast an Atraxa. I've done it a few times. It's more likely to happen if you've got Time Walk in your deck. Speed up the Malcolm count a little bit. Well, that would have worked with the Reanimator guy. Yeah, I didn't get some like artifacts and stuff, I also hate Imperial Seal, yeah. But it just got pretty good. So I really like Shieldred a lot, and Shieldred pairs really well with Wheel of Fortune. But we do have an Atraxa, and we do have a Triplicate Titan. And those are both cards that pair very well with Flash. And we have Imperial Seal to like tutor up the Flash and play it on turn 2. So I guess that's what we're jamming. Yeah, I know we'd find some way to cash in on Atraxa. Woodfall Primus, also not a terrible one to flash in. Okie doke. You thought it was an anemic first pack? I don't know what you mean by anemic in that case. 3 duels and Atraxa, Pyrogoyf, Wheel of Fortune, Psychic Frog, just like a shitload of powerful cards. A couple filler cards, but anemic is not how I would have described it. We could get more fixing. Grab that Spirebluff Canal. Tempted by Fury. Currently we only have 2 red cards. And the splashier red is, the worse Fury gets. The Overlord's not bad. It could help you find. It could, if we end up with a reanimation sub-theme, it'll put things in the bin, and it can always put cards in the hand, too, to flash into play. I kind of dig it. I'm going to take the Overlord. Ooh, Blood Crypt. No power. Ooh. You can have some pretty good packs without power. I was talking about Urza's Bobble to pump my Goyfs earlier. I think I dig that. Recurring Nightmare plays really well with my 2s, Both can bin. Very cool. After losing to Dak Faden over and over, I almost want to grab him. But I think I'm supposed to grab this Force of Will. And that's the pick here. With the Atraxa being able to grab it, you know, I think it'll be pretty good. Harvester is another way to loot a creature for Recurring Nightmare. I think I'm going to take the Tarfire. And now ideally we'd start leaning blue for Force of Will. Shouldn't be too hard. Hey, Jim Davis. The great Jim Davis MTG is rating us, folks. Be in your best behavior. And give Jim a raid. Or a follow. Give him a follow. Think about Shieldbreaker for the sideboard. Corpse Dance could do something. Yeah. Where's Jameson Vintage Cube here? Oh, Jim's stream was fucking awesome. Ooh, that Frantic Search. Yeah, Frantic Search is a looter for the Nightmare, and it's a blue card for Force of Will. It's kind of perfect. Pyromancer also can play well with the Nightmare, but I'm going to grab this Fixer here. A little bit of fixin'. Yeah. So an on-color box would be a lot more tempting in this this particular draft. My cards are like pretty color intensive. So Mox Emerald is mostly paying for Recurring Nightmare, Wheel of Fortune, or Pyrogoyf. And not much else here. A lot of our lands come to play tap too, so it's not like it's helping me turn 1 flash very often. I'm actually going to take Bowmasters out of this pack. World Spine Worm is one of the better cards to flash in, but we got the flash. It might just come back to us. And Bowmaster makes that Wheel of Fortune look like actually good. It gives me something else to be Imperial Sealing for. I dig it. Well, I guess Hull Breacher is also a Wheel of Fortune card, Might as well. Also a blue card for the Force of Will. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Gibby86, thanks for the sub, thanks for 19 months. We flashing people? We're trying. We'll see. Yeah, fetch would be good. Good. Yeah, I hope folks are having a pleasant Monday afternoon, Monday evening. Whatever time zone you're in. Hope y'all had a dope weekend. I did a lot of gaming this last weekend. And it fucking rocked. Y'all ever do that before? Game. So the Liliana being double black is a stressor on the mana base, which I kind of dislike. The rest of the pack is not especially exciting. Spell Pierce. The red count for Pyrokinesis is pretty low. Brain Surge would be a lot better if we had some shuffles. You were jamming Blueprints? Nice. I think we're going to grab a Spell Pierce. At least it pitches to Force of Will. Fetch land is very good here. Gets the Thundering Falls and the Raucous Theater and this Blood Crypt. We could still use Underground Sea, but this is very good. That helps a lot. Played a ton of Blood on the Clock Tower. I've heard good things about that game. My friends that like it seem to really like it. Oh no, Vector. That is the note-taking game, apparently. People that are just, like, really rock hard to take a bunch of notes seem to love blueprints. Caleb, you're playing it wrong. You're hardly taking any notes at all. What are you doing? Yeah, my bad, I guess. You're playing so much Baldur's Gate 3 now since the patch? Oh, yeah. So the main difference was they just added some subclasses, right? There's not like a huge like story shift or anything. A couple characters got like slightly different endings. I feel like my main appeal to playing an RPG is the story. So I haven't played it since the patch. That was like the main reason. Currently we don't have a ton of removal. We're leaning on like Bowmaster and Pyrogoyf to actually kill things. I could see grabbing a bit of Triumph here. Kind of dig the counter though. Yeah, let's just do that. You know half the tricks of blueprints? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. People who are playing like hundreds and hundreds of hours, I don't think you can get half the tricks from watching a single stream. How do I feel about games that are more story than gameplay? I've streamed a lot of those. The Telltale games used to be like my go-to break when I really needed a break from Jam and Magic. And those were pleasant because then, like, people coming in could, like, still follow the story and pick it up what's going on and such. A lot of games, like, alienate people that are just coming in because they have to, like, figure out what's actually going on screen, the game mechanics and all that. Show and tell is an option. Could have grabbed it. One of the issues with show and tell here is that most of these cards get outclassed with whatever your opponent's putting into play off show and tell. That's my big issue. I'm gonna grab this Oliphant. It's more slow mana whether it comes into play tap lands, but well, at least it is fixing. The Voidwalker's kind of good. I should think about Voidwalker. Nah, let's do the land. You don't know if I use Epic Game Launcher, but they have a freebie this week by the makers of Botanicula. Oh, cool. Yeah, I really liked Botanicula. I do not use Epic Game Launcher. So Mystical Tutor for Flash appeals to me. Shellback also appeals to me. I'm gonna grab the Mystical, but also if I already have the Flash, I can Mystical for Force. It works pretty well too. Which game is it? They're giving away for free. Oh shit, they released a board game. Yeah, I've got these three on my computer, and I've only played through Botanicula, but I really enjoyed it. A little closer to having Pyrokinesis. I'm going to throw in the sideboard. Sometimes if you land in Atraxa, it just like puts that together for you too. The Celery Stalks at Midnight. That's not even their game list. Apparently it's a book. Oh, that's Botanicula, not Botanicula. Churchill is this week's freebie. Yeah, what's in here? Oh, cool. Looks like it's on GOG too. I started using GOG for like old boomer ass RPGs because there were a few that I wanted that just like straight up weren't on Steam. I really like it. I really like it so far. I think this is a good assortment of creatures. I want like a solid amount of creatures because I've got so many ways of tutoring for the Flash with the Imperial Seal and the Mystical. So I'd like the Flash to just very consistently be good. So Currency Converter plays well with our discard spells like Frightening Search and Psychic Frog and such. Wheel of Fortune. I think I'm going to cut the Fire and Ice. I do like having the blue count high for Force of Will though. So I don't want to cut very many blue cards here. The Urza's Bauble really helps with the Goyfs, but maybe I don't need to be that in on Goyfs, huh? Cool. Looks like a deck. Figure out our mana counts. Magic Online trying to give me a couple basics to cast that Atraxa. So for red, we don't actually need very much red mana. Oh, the Tarfire got a lot worse. I think the Tarfire, with only one Goyf, the Tarfire is worse than Fire and Ice. Because again, it can pitch to Force Will, right? Cool. And it means that I don't need as much red. Because you can always ice if you don't have a red source. There's only 3 red cards in now. This is 6 red sources for 3 red cards. I think that's good. And then for blue here, I guess we'll do black first. For black, we want like a little bit more than I think we can do 8 pretty easily for black, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bam, 8. And then blue, we want like 9. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I shouldn't count the verge, right? Because it's like base mountain. So this is 8 blue. Let's go 9, 10. And then just, yeah, play another swamp. And you could play a 7th red if you really want to, but it is literally just 3 cards. I think this is pretty good. Bloom. No tornadoes yet? No tornadoes yet. There's there's some kind of a warning for them tonight. I feel like we get tornado warnings all the damn time. I've seen like 1 tornado lifetime, and it was like small and kind of far away. Oh, hey. Thank you. I just had my water delivered. Because my fiance rocks! Kind of dig just playing the damn currency converter. Let's do that. Get my looting on. If my fiance was a sub-rock genre, what sub-rock genre would they be? Oh, man. She's way more metal than rock. She doesn't mind my, like, heavy metal and rock and roll stuff, but I think melodic death metal is her genre of choice. And a lot of folk metal. We share a love of bands like Hylung and stuff. I hope this Hull Breacher really gets them. Yeah, exactly, Roro. Is Aglock more folk or death? I'm not sure I'm familiar with this band. Oh, Wikipedia calls them an extreme metal band. So some bands just get lumped into that because they've got too many genres in them. Or they're like genre bending and stuff. Like they call Meshuggah extreme metal because they don't quite know where to put them. Like calling them groove metal or something would maybe mislead people. I don't think this Fire Covenant's going to be amazing. I'm just going to frantic search here. Thank You Scientist is on tour and announced a bunch of new dates. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I thought about countering to keep the Hull Breacher around, but I didn't like have the Wheel of Fortune to abuse with it. I didn't know how many card draw spells they'd be playing. Felt like Frog was worth trying to protect. It is sort of like we're playing Legacy, Oh, I should have cracked a Mac before serving. Four mana. What could cost 4 mana? Long live the cube. What's up, Pedology? Yeah, fuck cancer, am I right? I know, very original opinion that nobody else holds. But yeah, good on you for jamming the charity stream. Always cool to support a good cause. Saying that to appease my sponsors. I don't think I have sponsors. Besides Mana Traders. I think it's just Mana Traders right now. Might do some sponsored streams in the near future. Try some games out. No, Westminster. Not since the start of this year. Who would be my dream sponsors? I messaged the Liquid Death people. They're the most recent folks that I cold called. I would love. I've worked with labels before and musicians. That's always fun. It would be cool to have an alcohol sponsor. I think it would fit the vibe of my stream pretty well. Big tea. I do drink tea literally every day on stream. Be pretty easy. Are alcohol sponsors allowed on Twitch? I assume so. Drinking's allowed. Why wouldn't a sponsorship be allowed? Kind of a slow hand, but my opponent didn't feel like they were playing the super fast deck. Have I heard of Curiata? I have not. Craft Spirits. Oh, they're like a distributor. An online store. Yeah, I'd like black mana, but currently I'm just happy with seeing any lands at all. Voodoo Ranger was a big big sponsor. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it would be something that was drinkable. If we're talking about dream sponsors, right? No, there's nothing wrong with Voodoo Ranger. I'm just not my sort of thing. It says that alcohol sponsorships have to be marked as a mature stream content. Yeah, in my experience, that doesn't matter very much. I kind of don't care about that at all. A Malort sponsorship? My God. Well, at least. Oh, man. I don't know if there'd be anything good to say about a Malort sponsorship. Considering the average Caleb viewer is 34. Yeah, right. Jarvis, you. Hey, Jarvis. Hope you had a dope stream. Hope you're having a pleasant Monday. You know what I should have done? I should have mystical for fucking... Still could. Is it better to Titan or Atraxa here? That's the real question. Probably Atraxa. You made a sideboard guide for an RCQ deck you qualified with last Saturday on the stream. Very fun. Congrats on qualifying. Not a bad 4 cards. We spent a lot of cards getting those 4 cards. But the Thought Scour replaced itself. We have a recurring nightmare in the deck that I want to get bricked. So the Atraxa hits our face up. So I know I've got the Hull Breacher and the Wheel of Fortune here. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, XRMDG, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 33 months. Opponent's there with 3 cards in hand. They gotta have something, right? I don't think this is just gonna work. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to give them 7 cards when they're about to get a bunch of mana. Well, this is not a very exciting 7. But my frog is repping to be very large. Yes, you have 6 billion mana. You think the Spell Pierce is going to hit something? I don't know. I feel less confident in that. I like how jumpy this song is. It was almost like staccato notes. Well, not thrilled about them getting my frog. Pretty close to just being fucking dead. I'm gonna cut Spell Pierce, even though they're like very spell based and stuff. I'm gonna add Tyrefire in. Tyrefire would have been good that game. Pop their 3/2. Actually, Freebooter looks pretty good against them. Yeah, maybe that's better. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if I should be like mulliganing aggressively for like a turn 2 flash hand on the play. Probably. Fire Covenant probably should come out. Opponent's not very creature based. This Malcolm Jar could be good. Kind of regret not baiting with the Hull Breacher now. Interesting. I like Fire Covenant as an answer to that, because the Fire Covenant's not doing much else. Paying 1 extra for the Mentor in case they've got a cantrip. A little bit worried about them slamming a land and slamming 5 mana to Fairy now. With me only having 2 mana up here. Playing this Recurring Nightmare out might be bad. They do have like Council's Judgment. I could pop it once it's in play. Yeah, probably just wrong to play it. Cather, yeah, I'm getting lost. Okay. Tidebinder, not amazing against Tar Pit. Yeah, Tidebinder makes it permanent versus against artifacts featured in Planeswalker, but Tar Pit's a land, so can just activate it again the next turn. Get a bunch of life back, huh? Get a couple hot dino bods here. You got it. Now what's the plan, aim? I should replicate it. We haven't seen Force of Will out of them, but this does beat Force of Will. So you could Recurring Nightmare back the Hull Breacher here, and then Wheel of Fortune. But that does mean that you lose the Nightmare. It's a bit of a bummer. This is going to be an depressing fucking Imperial Seal, huh? Obviously, we'd love to get some fatty to flash in and just flash it on turn 2. That's not happening, though. I hate that card. I like it when I'm playing it, though. You know, it's one of those. Hand's pretty fucking good. Bunch of good cards here. All right. That's not an Atraxa. The opponent's got a lot of cards, is the issue. They are very much ahead of me on cards. That is an interesting attack. Kind of implies a bolt on the Pyroglyph, I guess. For that to be a good attack. They're gonna Goyf McGoyf, I see. Not looking like my game, is it? I think we can actually just scoop here. I probably shouldn't have shown them the Nightmare. Too much damage. I'm too low. I'm actually going to bring in the Pyrokinesis stuff. Maybe even Shieldbreaker, huh? That's Soul Ring. And then I'm actually going to cut counters. Going to cut Force of Will, lose Focus, Spell Pierce. Just like do a red shift. And then we'll add a couple mountains. Go from 6 to 8 red sources. Beauty, huh? They already know about Nightmare because they used it to get Goyf. Oh, sure, sure. Yeah. Guess an untapped land might be nice. I don't know. I'm gonna bin that. What kind of deck do you play the one-drop Goyf in? Tempo decks. If we were like a little bit less combo-y and a little bit more tempo-y, then Goyf would be in. I thought I was gonna play in this. Kind of wish I had the Fire Ice for Guide of Souls now. But we didn't know. We could have played a 2-mana 1/3. Yeah, so like imagine a Legacy deck with like Daze and Force of Will and Thoughtseize and that sort of thing. Basically where you would see it in Constructed is what you're trying to emulate. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a huge bummer. Because that card was going to be sweet with the Wheel of Fortune. Saves me a little bit of life killing it now. Adeline. Kind of regret not just Wheel of Fortuning. And Staff's gonna get a lot of counters. Hello. Could hit both their black sources. I think I gotta get rid of that staff though, huh? Yes, we burned our Wheel of Fortune, and now there's a Bowmaster and Hullbreacher in hand, huh? I think I just pass. Ooh, hate that for me. Kind of just fucking dead, huh? I thought they clearly would fall here. Letting the Adeline connect is also worth 5 damage. It's a big Pyrogoyf. It doesn't feel like enough, though, does it? This is a spot where if the deck had another draw 7, that'd be pretty good. Not that I can cast this Imperial Seal without just dying. Get 16 cards and it has Tice for Pyrogoyf. Yeah, that would do it. That would do the trick. Put a card on the bottom. Yeah, one more way to cheat things into play would have been good. Possibly should have been the Force. Keep the 3rd land all lined up. Oh wow, the Black Workshop stack. Don't see that often. Come on, land. Well, we got a couple counters at least. Shields aren't fully down here. You say that you only really see Black Workshops when paired with Citadel. So when I pair, yeah, I mean they've got Thopter Foundry. When I pair artifacts with black, I typically do it for the tutors. It is the Thopter Foundry color. It's also a color of Vamp Tutor and Demonic Tutor, and those cards can serve as like much better crop rotations if you're finding Tellurian Academy, for example. If your whole deck is based around Academy, then playing a Vamp Tutor and a Demonic Tutor just means that your deck's going to work more often. But Citadel is not a bad guess. Those decks are very fun. Tapping Workshop to cast Bolas at Citadel. Very fun thing to be doing. This is one of those songs I never really get sick of. Which is good, because it's my playlist. Still looking for that third land. I don't know if you're supposed to overlord here or not. I guess I will. Put it mystical for mana drain. Come on, deck. Well, I can get a land, I guess. Please, untapped land, please. I'm gonna get a Traxa, but the Primus is like weirdly tempting. Oh, they're just scooping. They're just straight up scooping. Nice. Shieldbreaker coming in, of course. Got another mountain in there. They're playing counters. I'll get the freebooter in too. Fire Covenant. Looks like a keep, right? Trying to flash things. Looks like it's a 3-person band. The drummer is very... He's doing like rim taps and like brushwork. Very subtle stuff. Or understated, maybe understated is a better word. Bass players just like looks like he's enjoying himself. Sometimes bass players are playing like really simple parts, really simple slow parts, and they look like bored out of their minds, and it just like takes you out of the music. It's so important to me that it looks like the musicians are having a good time. It's it seems weird to say out loud, but it's very important to me. If you're not into your own music, right? Yeah, pour myself another one of these rum drinks. This rum is so good. It's dangerously good. This coconut rum from Planet A. Oh, that's what we're doing? All right. All right, you just remember resolves. Yeah, cut and dry. That's really fucking good. Cheers, everybody. Hope you're all having a pleasant Monday. I thought the blue source would have been a little bit better because then we could replicate the lose focus. Beggars, choosers, etc. I'm playing something I can counter. Is that what's going on? It's a little exciting. THICC for 8 is the play. You gotta answer a frog, huh? You gotta answer the frog. Amazing. What life you at? 4? Interesting. Oh, man, I enjoyed that. And if y'all enjoy that, I enjoyed that. I fucking love the frog. When the frog is good, it's so fucking good, right? Am I still high on frog? I'm still pretty high. I am less high on it than I used to be. It does win a lot of games, though, doesn't it? There's a lot of cards in the cube that like win games on their own, but the fact that it costs 2 is pretty good.